So we have a number of trials running through that are currently open and recruiting through the TAP network. One that I'm particularly involved in as chief investigator is a study called the PRISM study, which is an early phase trial for patients with a rare type of aggressive lymphoma that affects exclusively the central nervous system, the brain, known as primary CNS lymphoma. And for patients whose disease relapses after standard therapy and then they require second or subsequent lines of therapy, traditionally their survival has been very short, outcomes have been poor, so there's a real unmet clinical need for these patients to access new therapies. So as a package of research, both in terms of the translational science and also importantly for patients getting access to new drugs, this is a unique study which really could only be delivered through a network such as the TAP network because of the specialist care and extra resource required. So Richard Dillon from King's College is leading a study in acute myeloid leukemia, examining the effectiveness of another small molecule inhibitor called venetoclax to see if this can be effective and replace, be as effective and potentially replace intensive chemotherapy. So this is a big shift in how we might treat patients. Instead of using very strong conventional chemotherapy drugs with many side effects, this is a much better tolerated drug which is showing great promise in acute myeloid leukemia. And Richard has great expertise in this disease, and through the TAP network, again, using the opportunity to both benefit patients but also learn more about how the drug works and which patients will benefit most from the drug through the translational science investigations. So Dan Wiseman from Manchester is leading on the AMMO study, which is really interesting trial and recruiting patients quicker than planned, looking at this rare group of diseases known as the myeloproliferative diseases, and they're a difficult group to study, and Dan has particular expertise there, and I think that the speed of recruitment of this ongoing trial is really testament to Dan and the team and the value of the study to patients.